Hey everybody, it's Chris Ward, Eagle Realty, North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Welcome to another edition of the Eagle Reality podcast, mainly for realtors. Obviously, I'm trying to help realtors grow their career and build their business wherever they're at, whether it's here in North Myrtle Beach, in the Southeast, or just wherever you're listening to this. I hope you can glean something that will help your real estate business, your real estate career, take it to the next level, take the next step, just really move it forward in any way possible. Just here to try and provide some kind of value for you. But yeah, here at I don't really want to say Irma did not come close. Everybody was kind of scared it was coming our way here in the Myrtle Beach area. It did not. It did hit Florida. Definitely prayers out to Florida, and of course still the recovery going on in Texas and across there the Gulf. I have family in Florida and in Texas actually that have been touched and affected by this. So definitely prayers out to everybody that has gone through this hurricane season, and we've had obviously a lot more activity. But here in North Myrtle Beach, we've been pretty safe and sound. It's a little rainy, windy, like a normal rainy, windy day that that it can be this time of year here. So nothing really out of the ordinary, though people still kind of seem to be panicking for some reason. School was out today, really for no reason, honestly. But that's how it goes when you live here on the coast. So today we're actually talking, this podcast was going to be two topics in one episode. I was going to talk about branding and expertise, but we're going to go ahead and split that out. We're just going to talk about branding today. And branding is something that might actually get lost. It's really not as tactical, or most people don't take it to be as tactical as it really is. I think it's super important in your real estate business to build a brand and to ever be conscious of the branding that you're putting out there while trying to grow your real estate business. But most realtors, I think, just would kind of glaze over this and not really think of it in terms of how it applies to their day-to-day real estate operations, because it's just not the lead generation and how do I write contracts and get to the closing table and working with home inspectors. It's not the day-to-day logistics of an actual real estate deal. This is definitely more about having the perspective and taking ownership of running a business. And branding goes along with your marketing strategy. Branding is really about building your perceived value and service ahead of time with potential customers and clients. Meaning that every transaction you do, every client you work with, every customer you come in contact with, every piece of marketing material and content that you're posting or putting out daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, your whole strategy is creating a brand. It's creating a perception of who you are and what it's like to work with you. The brand that you create gives people a glimpse into how the process and the basically how working with you will be before they work with you. They will find out what you're all about, what's your value system, what would they expect if they choose to work with you in a real estate deal. Your brand should tell them that. Your brand should really define who you are as a realtor and what you're trying to do with your business in real estate, where you're trying to go. So branding can be super important because honestly, your branding could turn people off to working with you before they've even talked or met with you. Sometimes realtors don't think about that. They even just the color schemes, the logos, slogans, the material, the content that you put out there, how you say things, what you are like on social media. You are building a brand whether you know it or not. So you might as well strategize and really be conscientious and build the right kind of brand, send the right kind of message to the people, to the clients and customers in such a way that they do want to work with you, in such a way that they have come to know what to expect when working with you. And there's some transparency there, there's some pre-ahead research, and they're choosing to work with you because you've done a good job at branding yourself and sending a clear message. And it could work the opposite way. I mean, people could shy away because because of your brand, but that may be a good thing. You may not want to work with those people that are going to shy away from that don't like how you've branded yourself, because you kind of need to stick to your guns when you're branding. Now, So the first step is really being aware that you're building a brand one way or the other. You are building a brand one way or another. So you need to actually strategize, think about, okay, what is the message I'm sending when I create this marketing piece? What is the message I'm sending when I make this Facebook post or this Facebook ad? What is the message that I'm sending when I do this blog or I use this color scheme on my business card? What message am I sending about myself, my business, and what I'm trying to accomplish in real estate, or any business that you're in? So you really have to, one, realize you're creating a brand whether you like it or not. So if you are creating a brand, you might as well control it and control the message that you're sending out. That's step one. As you're building your brand, the next step is just the creative of it, and I can't really tell you how to do this. I can help you. If you worked at Eagle Realty here in North Myrtle Beach and you were one of my real estate agents in our company, I could come alongside you and say, okay, what are you trying to accomplish? What brand, what do you want people to know and perceive about you before they even meet you? Because of what kind of content and pieces and marketing and face that you're selling when you're putting out there that people are going to see. What brand are they going to see about you? I'll come alongside you and help you develop that strategy, but really you have to decide, what do you want people to know about you before they meet or talk with you? How do you want to be perceived, listing agent, buyer agent? What niches do you want to brand into? Do you like a more casual, beachy approach in our area? Do you want more metropolitan, super professional look to you? Do you want a certain power color, softer palette? Is your material definitely more helpful, value adding? Is it more about, let's get the closing done, it's a smooth transaction? How do you want to brand? You have to create that. You have to create the persona, create the model, create the process that you want that potential customer or client to know about you before they even meet you and feel comfortable with, and realize that's what they're going to get when they work with you, which is the third part. When you create a brand, this is the third point, when you create a brand, you need to walk the walk, not just talk the talk. You need to actually, if you're going to brand something and relate it to your business, your real estate business, you as a realtor, your team, or just you, whatever, if you're going to brand something about yourself, you need to be true to it so that people are not misled and they've come to expect this from you and you deliver on it. Whatever the brand is that you're building, you need to deliver and follow through on it. Now, some of you may have already built a brand and maybe it needs changing, rebranding, as they say. You might need to rebrand yourself, and that's okay. There's lots of real estate agents, there's lots of companies, there's lots of brokerages that rebrand themselves. Sometimes out of strategy, every couple of years, maybe it's just smart to do a rebranding and just freshen up everything and come into the culture, to the age and times that maybe the culture's moved to. So that's okay. That's a rebranding. Or you might just be like, you just need a fresh start personally as a realtor, and you need to rebrand your whole image, and that's okay too. That's what your brokerage, that's what your manager is supposed to help you and guide you to do. And really, I hope you have support in that. But rebranding is okay. You can rebrand. If you're looking at yourself right now and you're like, I've created a brand and I wasn't conscious that I was creating this persona or this perception from the public or from potential customers and clients, and I need to change it, that just means you need to get serious about how you want to brand yourself and really strategize it out. So branding is critical. The more information and value that you provide before they work with you, the more likely they are to work with you. People want to research, people want to do a lot of the journey on their own nowadays in real estate. And the more you can be out in front showing what it's like to work with you and what you're all about, what's your value proposition, the more you can brand yourself to reach the audience that you're trying to reach and to provide the value that they're looking for. And the more you put that out, way out in front, the more likely people are to work with you. And that's what I want to leave you with in this episode, is that you have to be conscientious and you have to be strategic about your branding. Don't push it to the wayside. Don't think, oh, this isn't for me. I'm just a real estate agent. I'm helping people buy and sell homes. No, you're building a business. As a realtor, you're building a business. And if you're building a business, then you're building a brand, whether you realize it or not. So you better be strategic about the brand that you're trying to build. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Definitely join us next time. You need to follow us all over social media at Eagle Realty SC. You can find us on most platforms there. You can go to my personal Vic page on Facebook, Chris Ward Vic. Just type in at Chris Ward BIC, and you can get there. You can also subscribe on iTunes to the podcast, The Eagle Reality, and or you can check us out on YouTube as well /Eagle Realty 1. I hope you have an awesome week. Again, prayers around the country for those devastated by hurricanes, and we can't wait to talk to you next time. So join us next time on the podcast, and have a great work week.